Hey, how's it going everyone? Kayne here, and I am so happy to be finally talking about probably my all-time favourite video game that isn't Resident Evil, that isn't SmackDown, because I'm very biased with those kind of things. Of course, Resident Evil is going to be my number one. Of course, SmackDown games, especially the only ones that are going to be number one, but I'm so happy to actually have a game that I can say to people, hey, guess what? I actually have a favourite game that isn't in that category that I can never say no to. And that game today, for Kayne Talks Games episode... Oh shit, I forgot the number. Is it 8? Oh, I should have double checked. I haven't even done edited my Splinter Cell one yet, but yeah, that game is The Punisher.
My whole family died in a mob hit. I should have died too. But I lived. I finally figured out why. The ones who killed my family, they've given me a reason to live. I'm back. And it's their turn to die. Every muzzle flash means one more monster gone. There's nothing to help you when the darkness falls. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm a big Punisher fan. I've been since 2005 when this game came out. So I do have a figure that Luke got me for Christmas, but I can't get in the picture at the moment. It's really cool. I really like it. I think I did have a load of Punisher figures, but I put them away, and I thought I'll try and focus on statues. But I tell you what, this game is definitely my number one that isn't Resident Evil and SmackDown. If there was anyone that asked me, oh, what game do you recommend, or what should I try, especially if it's like a retro style game, I'm always going to say try The Punisher. You won't be disappointed, trust me. This game just feels so smooth. I just can't put it into words how at no point do you feel, how do I put it, like trapped, if you know what I mean. Like, you could run in, boom, 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 guns blazing, but then you can run up a guy, press X to do a special move, slits the throats, shoves a grenade in their mouth, and depending on what weapon you have, there's one where you put the shotgun into the chest and then they grab it like, oh, and then he pulls it back to cock it and boom. So, yeah, this game is very friendly when it comes to sort of, how you want to deal with few people. And it got to a point where I was really having so much fun that I was trying different things. One of my favourite pastimes in that game is grabbing people and trying to throw them through the windows. I've only ever been able to do it once, and I can never do it again. The person literally just went... So I got him, aiming for the mirror, not the mirror, the window, threw them, and they slid like this. There was no stop whatsoever. They just so smoothly went through the window, and yeah, that was a really fun one. And then if I remember, there was you're up in the apartments, the first level, there's like a garbage can or a garbage big dumpster. Trying to throw them into that. It's just, this game had so much going on for it that it was a bit insane with how much you'd be enjoying, killing and torturing people. And honestly, the censoring didn't really bother me that much. I actually felt like it was a lot better, because it was really weird, because there's one moment where you throw a guy into a compact, the things that go and squish things or cardboard or stuff like that. You throw him down and you can actually see him get squished. But then there's some moments like, what's fun? See, it's been 2 weeks since I've played and completed it. The drill press. You pull the drill down and it's, that pans away. You don't see it. So I'm thinking, why is that so different compared to seeing someone get squished? It always, fascinated me why that was. But yeah, I wasn't fussed with it being censored when I did the playthrough. Like I said, sometimes, just imagining what's happening is just that little bit, more impactful and a bit scary. talking about, you know, the interrogations, I think two of my favourites was definitely the shark and the python. I always think anaconda, but no, anacondas don't live in trees. They're more ground, you know, serpents or whatever their terminology is. But I think it's a python, yeah, because they're pretty long and all that stuff. And yeah, first with the shark, see, it's an interrogation one, but it's like you're leaning someone over the pier and you can see a fin, and then it's like all of a sudden, like Jaws, you know, shark pops out to try and eat the guy. I think it's like a bull shark or a tiger shark. It's definitely not a great white, if I remember. But yeah, just some of the moments, it's like, oh, tell me what I want to know. Boop. Oh, you better tell me. Oh, here it comes. Oh, no, change your mind. You're okay. Oh, no, change your mind. Tell me something I need to know. Blah, blah. Whoop, you know, pull him back. And then eventually, you know, you hold him up and the shark just goes and swallows him whole. Well, sort of whole. And yeah, the python was a special kill. It wasn't interrogation, but you just throw the guy onto the branch and you just watch this, you know, this python just sort of look, and it's like, yoink, grabs him and then, you know, starts feasting on him. Yeah, that's probably my favourite. I think because it's oh, I forgot about the rhino. The rhino one was pretty cool as well. You're holding the guy up to the cage and then it's like, tell me what I want to know, and the rhino sees him and it's like, charge, 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 boom, gored. So yeah, the animal ones were really, it's all coming back. Even the piranhas that's another thing, a pastime that I did a lot. The zoo level, you shove a guy's head into a piranha pit or like the pond, and you know, they eat his face alive. I always tried to throw the bad guys into that pond and watching, because you could see the blood splattering and, you know, being eaten alive. So that was another fun pastime. Yeah, I shouldn't be saying fun. It's actually a very scary, dangerous game that, you know, has a lot of violence and gore, but sometimes you just want to get those extra bonus points. And that was a good thing about this game. It had a lot of replayability going for it, because I didn't realise it was so short. I mean, I did the playthrough. It was about 5 sessions, you know, 5 nights playing, and yeah, I got through it pretty quickly. And bear in mind, I've played this game so much. You know, like I said, it's my #1 favourite. I absolutely love it. And yeah, just, you can go back to each level, and there's like, there's my complimentary burp for each episode, sorry. I had some Korean food today, it's a little bit bubbly. And I'll be right back, I need a drink, it's kind of... So the replayability, it's like, you can go back and do certain challenges, you know, kill 6 enemies with weapons, you know, in their certain time limit. And then there's one that I really liked is, see, when you do the special kills, like the interrogation ones, you lose points. It's like the game punishes you. Oh, ironically, punishing you for being a punisher. And yeah, you got to try and rack up as many points as you can. So you can't do the interrogation kills, you got to let them go. And you can't get hit, so there's always a moment where you can, you know, grab someone with a shield, you know, go through and, you know, boom, 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 take people out. And then there's some guys that will tell the crew in the next room to say, look, don't shoot, stop it, don't do it, and then you can go through. But I always killed them anyway, they deserve to die, I'm the Punisher, you know, punishment is always key here. And yeah, there's a lot of, not so many unlockables, but I always liked when, you know, certain people you grab and it's like, oh, tell me what I want to know, and it's like, oh, you can't do this to me, I have a family, and then it's like a flashback of, you know, what Frank, you know, remembers in his past. And so yeah, trying to get all them was always a hard one to do. But apart from that, the game, like I said, it's good for replay at any point. And I just remember, you know, if you didn't want to do all that, I think it's Y Pirate, you type that into the name and you unlock everything anyway, but, you know, where's the fun in that?
Quite a time you've been having lately, eh, Castle? How many people have you killed in the last few weeks?
Not sure. There were a lot of explosions.
Another thing I really enjoyed, the characters. The characters in this game were absolutely hilarious at some points. You know, if it isn't the enemies, you know, there's 2 of them talking to each other, and it's like, you don't want to kill them just yet because you want to listen to the convo and, you know, see what they're talking about. And then just the other characters in general. You got, you know, Detective Soap, and I forget the partner's name. You know, they're interrogating Frank, you know. Oh, well, there's a lot of bodies, Frank. Anything you know about that? That kind of thing. And then you've got Iron Man makes an appearance, and then at the end of that, you know, level was quite hilarious because it's like, you know, oh, how many damages, you know, how many people were killed, blah, blah, blah. And one of the security guys was like, oh, some guy stole a lot of pencils and paper clips. I need a drink. So, yeah, that's quite fun. It's like, you know, people died, and this most important thing to this security guard was someone stole pens and paper clips. And who else was... Nick Fury? God, he's a badass in this game. You look at Nick Fury in Avengers, like the cinematic universe, the Nick Fury in the Max series... Actually, that's one thing I should really mention at some point in this video. The Nick Fury in that series and this game, he is a dick. He is an absolute asshole. He doesn't care about anyone, so like collateral damage. If you need to kill this terrorist and there's someone in the way, well, sorry, that guy shouldn't have been in the way. Bang, you know, that kind of attitude. He's very hardcore, and he doesn't fuck around. Not that I'm saying that Nick Fury in Avengers Cinematic Universe messes around, but you know, at the same time, he does. You know, there's too many people involved, and you know, we can't. You know, you guys, because of you, civilians were hurt. Blah blah blah. This guy, he couldn't give it, like in the Max series, he couldn't give a shit. Oh well, the civilians shouldn't have been there in the first place. Pfft.
You I don't need. Why the hell are you here?
Sightseeing. What is S.H.I.E.L.D. doing here?
The same thing you are. Trying to stop a madman.
Your squad looks a little short. Team up?
Yeah, but try not to shoot me in the back. Let's go.
Well, I was about to cut to the next part. How could I forget probably one of my favourite female superheroes, Black Widow. She's hilarious in this game. She is absolutely hilarious. You know, so it's the PS74 again, funny enough. You try and, you know, you find out that she's here, and it's like, oh, she's captured, I gotta save her. Oh, no, she wasn't captured. She was captured on purpose to try and get information. You find her, and she already, you know, she takes out the guard that's got a bloody shotgun aiming at her, and it's like, what are you doing here, Frank? I could handle this. God, you know, between her and Frank, it's just absolutely hilarious. She was really funny in this game.
Ready?
Ladies first.
And then you got the bosses, you know, the Russian, he's always a really good one. He was really tough though, I remembered, and yeah, just the level where you actually do have to fight him, but the guy's apartment level was hilarious. He just walks in and starts, you know, kicking your ass like he's bloody Mr. X from Resident Evil. And Ma wasn't really a boss, but God, she was in batshit crazy, old Ma. You know, oh, I'm gonna use your skin as my shoes, that kind of attitude, because you killed her sons and all that. And Jigsaw, great final boss of the game. It was always a good one. Mind you, Jigsaw in general, he's like the Joker to Batman. You know, to like Punisher, he's like psycho and crazy. And tell you what, I actually like Punisher Warzone because of that. Jigsaw was really good in that. I think Dominic West played a really good role. Who else was there? So you got Russian, Ma, the Nucci brothers and family. Jigsaw, obviously. Is that all for the bosses? I think that's it, really. Yeah, just for all the characters in general, and yeah, just like I said, absolutely love the dialogue between these characters. More games need to do that. I'm sick of serious games that can't have a joke.
Larry, look! It's the fucking Punisher!
No shit. Hey, asshole, come get some.
Yeah, dipshit! We ain't scared of you!
Shit, Tom. What if he really does come up here?
What you got, Lenny?
I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all hearts. Is that good?
Shit, no! That hand sucks! You lose! Yeah, that's one of the worst hands you could get!
Man, I had the shittiest luck.
That'll teach him.
Hey, you're the Punisher. Thanks, man.
For what?
For saving my life?
Right.
Damn it, Castle. This was my favorite bar.
Ah, shit, it's you!
Do you think Daredevil could take Sonny Corleone?
You dumbass lush. Daredevil is a comic book character.
Tell you what, because of this game, I really wanted to start reading the comics, but whew, were they intense? I mean, there's one moment where it really, I was like, whoa. You know, it was after a section, so then it's like, oh, Frank Castle's good now, he's gonna, you know, enjoy himself, relax. And then some guy decides to dig up his family's graves, piss on the bones, film it for the world to see, while Frank's watching eating his dinner at a bar. And I thought, you're fucked, mate. And just some of the things that happen in that comic is it's definitely 2005. And I was reading up that apparently Stan Lee voiced his sort of, not his disgust, but it's like, you know, why am I seeing Nick Fury gut someone open, tie them up, and then say, let's talk, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I remember reading up that Stan was very sort of upset about this series, but honestly, it's one of my favorites. It's definitely what, you know, the Punisher is. And just bringing up Nick Fury again, like I said, in this comic, do you think Punisher can be an asshole? No, he's way worse than Frank, I can tell you that much. And yeah, I got a lot of single issues back in the day, and I couldn't really sort of collect the rest. But then they released like the books, and I remember it was a Comic Con, and I bought them all, and yeah, I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed them a lot more than some of the ones released recently. I feel like today it just feels like they've really toned Frank down a bit. I know you can't have so much blood and guts going on, but you know, it'd be nice to see him, you know, just don't give a shit at some point. It's mainly a lot of headshots and then just, you know, stab. Whereas in the Max series, you know, he punched a polar bear because Ma and a couple of goons were on his tail, and then used that bear to get away, which the bear killed the two goons and ripped Ma to shreds to a point that she was limbless and still pissed at the Punisher. She lived. So that's what I, you know, really enjoyed. That was such a great issue. I recommend that one. You know, Frank Castle to improvise, how am I going to get away? Punch a frickin' polar bear and let him do the work. That was really funny.
You three, guys, you get that elevator working. I'm not gonna die like this.
Don't yell. It makes me nervous.
Why am I surrounded by morons?
And because of those comics, and much, much later, we got into comic book, me, Luke, and Dad, and we saw an episode where the guy got all these CGCs, and I thought, oh, what's all that about? And I actually did a vlog of my CGC collection a couple of years ago, and yeah, my most prized possession is Amazing Spider-Man 129, first appearance of the Punisher 9.6. I cherish that thing. See, Dad's like, oh, you should display it. No! What if something happens where it gets knocked over and smashes? Because it's so weird with these CGCs, you know. I've essentially paid, actually it was $4,000 because I had to pay custom fees. You know, as soon as that seal is broken, that's money down the drain, if you know what I mean. And it's like, you know, my principle is, it's not how much it's worth, it's how much something's willing to pay. And there's a lot of that going on where people think something's worth that much, but no, it's, I was willing to pay that much. You know, it took me a couple of years to pay it off, and yeah, I'm very happy to have it in my collection. And see, Dad was like, get a Stan Lee signed one. But here's another principle of mine. Technically, if you get a comic signed, you've ruined it. I understand that if you have a Stan Lee signature now, it is high in value, but that's not near mint anymore. You've got a pen, and you know, it's like, so someone signed it, right? Well, that's like a kid grabbing a crayon and you know what I mean? So that's why I went with a basic one, and I'm so happy to have it, and I'll, you know, cherish it for as long as I can, because yeah, the Punisher is the fucking man. I've actually got the first standalone issue as well, and I think a Punisher Warzone, which I haven't read yet. I've got to read Punisher Warzone. I've seen the movies, I've seen them multiple times. They're, you know, I know they're, but I like them. They're really good.
You noted the license plate ASM 129, but never reported it to the police.
New York City never changes. No one catches you when you fall.
I should probably talk about the movies just a little bit. I was shocked that the first movie, actually no, I changed my, Dolph Lundgren's movie, I actually don't like that one in particular, mainly because I'm a little bit pissed off that they didn't have the skull on the shirt, because it was like they made the comment, oh, it looks too cartoony, but from what I remember, the reason Frank had that, it's because the mark of a death angel, and it was to let the people who was firing at him aim for something rather than his head. So I was like, oh fuck you, mate. But I love Dolph Lundgren. I really love him. He's really good. I love him, in all these movies. But yeah, I loved The Punisher 05, or was it 04? I think. I can't remember. It was around the time the game came out, and and Thomas Jane voiced the Punisher, which was really good, like in the game. And yeah, I didn't like the begin. I don't like how the family were taken out, because it's always Central Park. It's always that moment, like in history, how Punisher was born, and it's just weird that the comic followed that. And it was really, I was reading it, I'm thinking, oh, hang on, this is so much like the movie, because he's got the apartment, he's got, I think, what's his name, Joan, and then you got the two friends, like the guy who's really obese, and they had to use a crane to get him out of his apartment at one point, the guy with all the piercings, and I thought, oh, so I wonder why they changed up the, the massacre of his family. It's really weird. But apart from that, it was, I enjoyed it. It's one of my favourites. And Punisher Warzone, I really loved. I actually really liked that one. Ray Stevenson, to me, was a good Punisher, especially in that, that get-up. And because of that, I was a really big fan of Ray Stevenson for that long. I actually haven't seen him around in any movies lately. He was in Thor. He was the big guy with the beard. I completely forgot. Hey, he's come back into Marvel. Shit, how could I forget that? God damn, mind you, he's dead now. They killed him in Thor 3. I'm pissed. But yeah, I did really enjoy that one. And the series, I liked Daredevil Season 2 with Frank. I thought it was really well done. It's like, rather than make a series starting the Punisher's origins, like, because him and Daredevil are like polar opposites. Well, oh, I forgot about Murdoch in the game. He appeared and was really funny. And yeah, it's like it's like yin and yang with these two. So it's always, great to see them together. But then the first season of The Punisher, I was like, what happened? Alright, he's taken out the people that he wanted to take out, and then the rest of the season, it's like, well, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I've done what I need to do, but if I need to do it again, I will. And there's so many moments where he's just having nightmares, and it's like, come on. Can we go somewhere with this? And I haven't actually watched season 2 yet. I don't know. I was a little bit disappointed with the first season. Maybe season 2 picks up. We don't know, but I tell you what, season 2 Daredevil with him in it was perfect. I tell you what, I really liked that courtroom scene. It was so good, and just showed how, Frank Castle becomes the Punisher. It's, everyone's doing all this talking and arguing. He's a criminal. No, he's saving us and cleaning up this, this crime around the streets. And then, so at the end, Frank's just like, can I say something? You're all saying that I'm insane, and because I fought in the war that I don't know what I'm doing. I knew what I was doing, and I'll tell you what, I liked it. I'm the big bad Punisher. I'm the Punisher. It was such a great sort of moment where it's like, now Frank Castle is gone and the Punisher is here. And just bringing up that, there was a really... So I don't like the woman character being so... being Frank's guardian angel in a way. It's... Oh, don't get me wrong, I really like this scene, but it was like, if you do this, Frank, you're dead to me. And it's like, he turns around, I'm already dead. So I thought that was really good, but it was just so much of the babying with her and him. But just that scene alone, it's like, ooh... He didn't give a fuck what you said.
Frank Castle wanted to help, but he took it too far. He shot people. He killed people. It's against the law. And he broke that law many, many times. Now, I don't like him any more than you do, but here's the thing. He's not a common criminal. He's not malicious in intent. Frank Castle is actually a good man. He doesn't know the difference between right and wrong anymore, and he doesn't need punishment for that. He needs help. Our help. That's the kind of man Frank Castle is. And now you have to decide what kind of jury you want to be. No further questions.
Your Honor, can I say something?
You may.
Those people, ones I put down, the people I killed. I want you to know that I'd do it all again. This is a circus, all right? It's a charade, it's an act. this bullshit about how crazy I am. I ain't crazy. I'm not crazy. Okay? I know what I did. I know who I am. And I do not need your help. I'm smack dab in the middle of my right goddamn mind, and any scumbag, any lowlife, any maggot piece of shit that I put down, I did it because I liked it. Hell, I loved it. I'm sitting here, I'm just itching. I'm itching to do it again. And you think what? You think you're gonna send me to a nut house? Some doctor, they're gonna get me to stop from doing what I want to do? Well, that ain't happening. Not on my watch. You people, you call me the Punisher, ain't that right? The big bad Punisher. Here I am. You want it?
Remove the witness.
I am the Punisher. I'm right here. You want it? I'll give it to you. And anybody who came here today, hear me whine, hear me beg, you can kiss my ass. You hear me? I'm guilty. My plea, Judge. I'm guilty. You hear me? I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'll kill every one of them. I'll kill every single one.
Alright, and that's an end to this episode. Kayne Talks Games. Oh, it was so good to finally do an episode of The Punisher, because I didn't want to do it until I did a playthrough, and I finally did, and it's just as good as I remember. And yeah, like I said, if anyone fancies something different, highly recommend that one. I tell you what, it's one of those games where there's such a rare time where it's actually really good. Another good Marvel game or hero game, Wolverine's Origins. I really recommend that one. I need to do an episode of that at one point, because I played that game probably 4 times and unlocked the trophies and achievements on different consoles like 3 times, like in total. That's how much the game is really good, and I recommend that one. But yeah, I won't get into that. I will end this episode, and yeah, The Punisher, my number 1. That's not Resident Evil, because yeah, I've got separate categories. It's like my favourite games, and then my favourite games that aren't Resident Evil, that kind of thing, or Smackdown. And yeah, it's, to this day, still a great game. And if I tell you what, if there was a sequel, I'd be, all over that. But until then, thanks all for watching, and I will see you later.
Those who do evil to others, the killers, the rapists, psychos, sadists, you'll come to know me well. Frank Castle is dead. Call me
Kayne Undertaker.